The Nerlin Nerds podcast is brought to you by What Lola Wants. Go to WLWPrivateChefs.com for information to reserve top quality chef and restaurant services in the Chicagoland area. Pulpery Media presents Nerlin Nerds with your hosts, Brock and Ben. This is where we discuss the pop culture topics that interest us and those minor details that irritate us.
Or Truce last year that they weren't going to renew his contract before all the shit that went down and asked to work with Truth.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it makes sense in like the 20-year history between them two. So that's good. Cena, I can see him. The tag match was the tag match. Whatever. They wrestled a really solid tag match. They all worked really, really hard.
After they beat the shit out of Jey Uso, it turned into like a Fatal 4 match. Like they were all in the ring together.
Yeah, exactly. Like at some point it gets to that.
But I'm going to, before we get to Cena, I'm going to tee you up on this. Logan Paul with that fucking drone was fucking genius.
Yeah, and that's
like particularly when he caught it and then
did the moonsault or whatever he did.
And then got slammed.
That's the shit that TKO loves.
Yeah.
But here's the reason I really don't have a problem with it. I popped crazy when he had it.
Yeah.
I was like, this motherfucker has a drone with him, which means he's got someone flying it for him.
It's like a Batman villain.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's on the top rope, and this thing lands in his fucking hand, and he does this moonsault. Like, that's great. He can fucking wrestle.
You know,
and he can cut a promo.
Well, he wrestles with reckless abandon, which of course is always fun to watch. I mean that dive onto the table.
Yes.
Was bananas.
That's so far.
Like, I mean, you can't. That's the kind of shit like you can't tell me that doesn't require skill to do.
And hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of stuff they do hurt. They know how to take a fall. Yeah, but
there's
dude
sometimes
jumped off a ring. Nobody. If you haven't seen a ring up close, that top rope is way the fuck in the air.
Well, I'm just saying, if you've ever done extensive roof work, even on a one-story house, and you get caught without a ladder or you slip, and it's like, okay, I've got to take this fall. It still hurts like hell, and you're only dropping 10 feet.
Exactly.
He was going, at least 20 feet.
Yeah, because the ring comes
onto a man on a table.
Ropes. Yeah, 20 feet at least.
Yeah.
By the time he jumps. And then, of course, he's got to clear 15 or 20 feet to make it to the table.
He's got to do a swan dive.
Yeah, from way up here to way over there.
And land on a human body on a table.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with him.
No.
Like, I don't like the guy.
No, but again, it's love to hate him.
Yeah, but as a wrestling guy, character and everything, he's a perfect heel. Like, he is a perfect
Well, and he
heel.
should be a permanent heel. Like,
yeah, no, you can't ever turn that guy face.
Like, Dirty Dom, I could see eventually turning face.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The thing with Logan Paul is, who are you going to put him in there with that is going to get booed more than he does? Right. Like, there isn't.
But they already put him in a ring with John Cena, and he still got booed more than John Cena.
You know, like, I think they tried him as a face against The Miz. Because, he came in with The Miz, and they were a tag team, and The Miz turned on him, and, like, that was his first singles match, but Miz was the bad guy.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
No. But nobody took The Miz seriously anyway.
And dude's won everything, man.
Yeah.
He's main evented things. So, here's Cena. Cena loses to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, and he sulks on his way home.
Yeah.
And has an epiphany, and then he has to come back and prove himself that he's not the douchebag that he was before, and he begs for forgiveness. Or,
I mean, you know more about this story.
SummerSlam, Cena's he wrestles Cody Rhodes, and The Rock cost Cena the match.
And so it's Cena's.
And then Cody Rhodes turns into Homelander.
Yeah.
But they will never make Cody Rhodes a heel. But
nah.
The way you make Cena sympathetic is have The Rock cost him the belt.
Yeah.
Or interfere somehow.
Or make him lose the belt.
Right. Just
And then-
something along those lines, and then everybody's like, okay.
Well, I'm just gonna say this. There's a man waiting in the wings who's ready to be a heel.
He's already a heel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but who wants to be the ultimate?
Yeah, no, he wants to be Doctor Doom. Kang is who he wants to be. Kang the Conqueror. Yep. Or Thanos would work, because all Thanos wanted to do is bring balance back.
Yeah.
But Thanos was going to go away after he did it. Seth's not. Seth wants to be on top.
No, he wants. I mean, he's running a Godfather organization. Right
Exactly.
Now. Yeah.
But he's doing it for all of our good.
Yes.
We don't know it,
No, he is.
but he is.
He's saving. He's secretly saving wrestling.
In the world,
Yeah.
quite possibly. But we'll see. Tonight will be interesting because Gunther and Jey Uso are wrestling for the belt, and then they have qualifying matches for King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
Fun. I'm looking forward to
Well,
it.
those would be the Fatal Fours.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
And I don't know when the Saudi show is. I don't know if Saturday night's main event is the next one is before the Saudi show.
I think so.
I mean, that makes
I think
sense because then
yeah, 'cause-
SummerSlam's at the end of August.
Because they have what? They'll do another round of Fatal Fours at SmackDown, and then I think next week is the last round of Fatal
2
Four.
weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks to get, and then you got quarters, semis, and then finals. And the finals are so it's going to be at least 4 weeks till we get to which makes sense because we just had a main event or a big event.
Here we go. June 28th, yes.
Yeah.
So then July 14th that's perfect because SummerSlam's in August. So July, you won't have a pay-per-view. You'll have Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
And then you'll have SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Okay.
SummerSlam.
I don't know where it is this year. Doesn't matter.
They've been talking about it. I forget where.
Who cares? Vegas?
It's not in. Yeah, it's not in New Orleans. I know
No,
that.
fuck you, assholes. All right, Stranger Things or Foundation?
No, we got to do Brave New World.
Okay, we'll do Brave New World.
Yeah.
You had it, I didn't.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It's not the worst Marvel movie I've ever seen. It was a little all over the place for me.
I think they tried to do a Winter Soldier thing, and
Right.
and I get it. Like they're trying to put a bow on Incredible Hulk
And I get
from
that.
way back when, and I guess
To like
yeah.
wipe the slate clean because we've got Battle World Hulk coming up in a couple of years, but that should have nothing to do with each other at this point.
No, I mean and that's one that I could see in a few years. You look back on it and I'm like, oh, like if the leader becomes a big thing,
Right.
Which in the absence of Kang and stuff like that, it very well could be, or like just setting up that like if somebody ever, liberated Raft, that prison, everybody was in that prison.
Oh yeah.
You'd have
there was a list, man. I saw a list of everybody who was supposed to be like in the DCU who should be there.
Right.
Not DCU, what am I? MCU.
It's yeah.
No,
No, you're thinking of Arkham, but
yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Not the one in the water. Is that the first time we've seen Raft?
No, it was. I mean, we saw it at the end of Civil War. That's where Falcon and Hawkeye
you're right.
and
That's where
yeah.
they sent them
Yeah.
at Civil War. You're absolutely right. Okay, that was the first time. We watched all of the Captain America movies leading up to Brave New World. I know we didn't need
Which
to.
might have been your problem.
Probably.
Yeah, is that? Yeah, I mean, like I went into it. I didn't do any. I should have watched Falcon and Winter Soldier series again, but then again, it was I was
was
reminded of. But I liked the. I thought the Bucky. I liked the Bucky Barnes until it was like, oh, he's running for Congress. Like that's
I didn't
weird.
understand that.
Yeah.
Because that is not in his character or his character's framework unless he's trying to carry on Cap's legacy of, like we can't be going back to the Accords, I guess.
Yeah.
And having a voice in Congress, a voice of the hero maybe makes sense.
And
But
and I would say my
like Beast for the X-Men,
yeah, no, I agree,
being a
yeah,
politician like that,
yeah,
I
or at
guess.
least being on like congressional committees
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, I like the continuation of the underlying message of like Sam Wilson being like, "You're not going to fuck me over like you did Cap with the
Right.
Accords."
Yes. Exactly. Which I guess again, now that I'm speaking it out loud, that Winter Soldier being in Congress kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I just
It seems forced to me.
Right. Yeah. And but it was nice to see Sebastian Stan show up, and then
Yeah, and I think he's going to be part of the new Avengers, right?
well, he's part of Thunderbolts. So
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
And then but I at first it was wearing on me, but then the more deeper into the movie, I didn't mind it as much. In that Sam, and as they kept saying, like Sam Wilson being like, I should have taken a serum or something. But you're going like, part of the fun of it, I think, was you see a Captain America who's actually human, like
Right.
and then he's
like
got to
Iron
use his
Man
wits.
He's like
Yeah.
Iron Man at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm okay with that.
And he was like, majority of the movie he was not in his suit.
Nope. Which is another reason that I don't need suits and fighting all the time. Although when he was in the suit, he was like able to go into a little cocoon to stop bullets. Like you can see how they adjusted his fighting style to make up for him not having the serum.
Yeah, yeah,
Which that fits his character. Good on you.
absolutely,
Although
yeah. And I think that's comic book accurate from one of the Sam Wilson Cap series.
There's Iron Man, Hawkeye, Falcon. I'm sure there are more, or just humans.
Yeah, or you're gonna get Ironheart is gonna be coming up.
Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm not gonna get into that thought process
No.
yet, but
I'm just of the people we know on
Yeah.
screen.
But
right
that's
now.
which very well too you could be if Kevin Feige's
I
looking
guess
for the
Ant-Man is too.
correct, yeah, but where you have non-enhanced human beings,
Right.
and then
Because are they technically superheroes at that point?
I guess like Daredevil's that way. I mean, he doesn't have enhanced powers; those are just his.
I mean, he's
normal
got
ones.
like that echolocation.
Yeah, but that's because he's blind. Like,
Yeah, but I think he's got enhanced echolocation.
yeah, but it didn't come from like an alien power or something.
No, it didn't. It was like toxic waste, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the Toxic Avenger. That's cute.
Correct. That can't see.
But yeah, I thought, the final battle sequence, which I think is
I don't
what.
even I mean, I do remember what am I
Well-
talking about, but it was just forgettable, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
No, and well, at the very least, what I think is what came out that's really good of that is that you don't look at it and go like, oh my god, the CGI was terrible on it. Like
No.
they actually put in the money to make
Yeah.
like Red. And did you notice Red Hulk had the same
No, he
chin
had
scar?
Harrison's scar?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'll have to go back and look.
So I mean,
Good on them.
Yeah,
I didn't notice. I didn't notice.
yeah, they didn't. Yeah,
But
they
I think
didn't
maybe
cheat.
I had checked out at that point, to be completely honest with you, but I was still watching it, but you know how you just...
Yeah. No, I mean, because it was a standard Hulk fight, which is
Right.
and we know like there's only like 3 people that can defeat the Hulk.
Right. Thanos
And-
being one of them.
Yeah, and Wolverine being the other.
Correct.
Yeah,
And Thor can kind of hold his
Well,
own
yeah.
against him.
but
Only because you can't really kill Thor.
but you got, if I'm not mistaken, at least they did it visually very well. The first like Hulk slap,
Yes.
and the damage that can do. So.
Yeah, see, before they, yeah, because that's like one of his finishing moves.
Yeah.
Thor's
The following segment has been brought to you by Whatever Lola Wants. Go to WLWPrivateChefs.com for information to reserve top quality chef and restaurant services in the Chicagoland area. The Nerla Nerds podcast is a production of Pulpery Media, produced and edited by Ben Grimion, marketing by Brock Ryder, graphic design by Beck Ryder and Ben Grimion, music by the Heisenberg Compensators.